I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show,
we're taking a closer look at Venom issue number 1. The alien costume has left Flash Thompson and has found itself a new, more sinister master. What'll happen next? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, as the comic opens up, we are introduced to a new character, Lee Price, a down-on-his-luck former Army Ranger who has returned to New York and is now in need of work. One of Lee's childhood friends puts him in contact with one Matt Gargan, a current head of security over at Alchemax, as well as the former Scorpion and a former owner of the Venom symbiote himself. We discovered that while overseas, Lee lost 2 fingers, which means he's not going to be pulling any triggers anytime soon, but Gargan says if they do this right, no one will actually need to get shot, they just need to make it look like they could shoot some people. We definitely get the feeling that Lee is compromising a lot of his morals going on this job, but he needs the money, and until his army benefits kick on in, this is pretty much the only thing he has going for him. From there, we transition on over to Clintar, the Venom symbiote, to see what they're up to. Turns out they're alone, lost, and scared without Flash Thompson. How did we get here? I have no clue, and the comic doesn't tell us. Also, hey, I just discovered apparently after being cleansed in Guardians of the Galaxy, the symbiote can actually take a humanoid form for at least 12 days. That's pretty cool. What's not so cool, though, is that the symbiote ends up eating hobos to survive. I mean, that's just bad nutrition. You have no idea where they've been, and they're super stringy. Now, what's this big important gangland deal that Gargan needed extra help with? Well, they're moving a bunch of mysterious crates that they joke could be containing anything from nukes to canisters of Terrigen mist. But before they can fully empty the warehouse, though, they all get blindsided by a group of men working for Tombstone. Their demands are overall pretty simple: come work for us or die. But before Lee can decide for himself what he's going to choose, the symbiote ends up busting through a wall and bonding with him. In this moment, Lee is brought up to speed on pretty much the entirety of the symbiote's history, which is good for him, right? The symbiote also gets its own cool internal monologue saying that it's been bonded to a lot of people over the last few years, and the last person it was bonded with was a soldier. He was a decent guy. Lee's a soldier, so you know he might be a decent guy too. And with this new fusion comes a brand new design for the Venom costume. It's not a lot of redesign. You'll notice there's a lot of extra work put into the arm bits because, hey, you know, Lee lost 2 fingers, so obviously in Venom mode he would accentuate that. Using his newfound amazing Venom powers, Lee either kills or scares off anyone who was after him, and when his buddy Tony says with these new abilities he could totally take over the city, Lee ends up killing him. Why? Because as he puts it, he couldn't keep a secret. As the comic winds down, we see Lee grab the remaining boxes and just kind of wait it out, saying whatever these new powers are, he's going to use them in his way in his own time. Venom number 1 was honestly quite disappointing. I feel like they jettisoned the character of Flash Thompson way too quick and without much explanation. I mention this because even after just 1 issue, it's painfully apparent that Lee Price is just a poor man's Flash Thompson. A former hard-nosed vet who feels like less of a man because he lost important body parts. The only difference is Flash had a bunch of character baggage and history in the comics before they even made him Venom. What was the point of changing things up if you weren't going to change perspective? Yeah, I know they seem to be hinting that Lee is evil or at least, you know, morally compromised. But between Toxin and Carnage and all those other evil symbiotes, did we really need a book about evil symbiote guy? I know the book is still young and there's lots of places they could go with it. My ideal direction would be to see Flash Thompson try and get the symbiote back from under this guy. Overall, though, I'll give this one a 6 out of 10, and I will keep up with it at least till I can see where it's going.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.